Fall migration often influences our avian-inspired, binocular-wielding friends to venture outside to catch a glimpse of a rare bird flying its way to greener pastures.
But a much more common raptor has been floating overhead almost all year long. They're not photogenic or majestic. In fact, they can be downright stinky creatures. But we may be taking their role in our wildlife ecosystem for granted. We examine a bird nobody likes, the turkey vulture. When warmer weather is on deck, communities across the Hawkeye State start getting into the swing of things. And for one West Des Moines ballpark, the change of season signals the return of a familiar, though unnerving, group of spectators who stick around from first pitch till first snow.
It is a little bit creepy. Yeah, they're pretty scary looking. You wonder what the heck they're looking for and what they see. Every year they're out here. So they're obviously hovered in this area for a reason.
Native to the Americas, turkey vultures glide across Iowa skies from early spring through late autumn before migrating to warmer climes. Naturalists and veterinarians warn against approaching these wild animals. But anyone can relax and observe their flight from afar.
Just the graceful way they soar in the sky, you can't help but become interested in learning a little bit more about these birds.
Park manager Tim Gedler of nearby Walnut Woods is an avid birdwatcher. And while he enjoys listening to different calls and spotting various species, he says studying our feathered friends is also valuable research into the health of our environment.
You know, if bird populations are declining, it's a good sign there's something wrong in nature.
Generally atop the food chain, booming turkey vulture populations have few worries. It's quite common to see a group circling for food and a place to hang out.
They like to nest in large groups. We've seen them on the cell phone towers right in this area. They're pretty opportunistic when it comes to their roosting.
If the prospect of buzzards looming over youth baseball games sends a chill up your spine, experts assure that turkey vultures aren't known to attack people. But the combination of man-made refuge and ample feed could be the reason they flock to Holiday Park. The birds employ thermals, or warm upward air currents, for flight. Flapping their wings sparingly allows them to save energy for a rigorous dining regimen. And because of dietary preference, they can afford the luxury of a leisurely hunt.
That's probably the most valuable thing for turkey vultures is they're kind of the recyclers of the dead animal kingdom.
These members of the raptor family actually feast on carrion, or the decaying flesh of dead creatures. And in river bottom areas, receding waters can leave behind a banquet of maggot-covered fish remains, or perhaps some other appetizing carcass. Though a rather stomach-turning notion, the sanitizing effect turkey vultures provide can help suppress the spread of dangerous bacteria and disease, particularly to livestock. Equipped with a red-hot digestive system that eradicates lethal pathogens, these scavengers are nature's perfect garbage men.
Without the turkey vultures, who knows what it would be like out there in nature with all these dead animals around with nothing to help speed up that decomposing process.
Pinpointing corpses from the sky requires sharp senses. And though their eyesight is keen, the bird's true gift resides in its beak. Most avians have weak sniffers, but the turkey vulture's brain packs an advanced olfactory center. The chemical scent released by rotting cadavers is picked up by elevated predators, who use it to zero in on putrefied prey. Iowa's motorists enable their share of the vile spectacle that follows. According to the Department of Transportation, over 75,000 animal-involved automobile accidents were reported statewide over the past 10 years. The overwhelming majority of roadkill is deer, which, for a winged cleanup crew, is an entree on a concrete platter. Chowing down in the middle of traffic can create quite a road hazard, and distracted, slow-moving gluttons can end up flattened themselves. For those birds fortunate enough to survive a run-in, solace can be found at advanced rehabilitation facilities, like the Wildlife Care Clinic at Iowa State University's Veterinary Medical Center. Staff is available 24/7 on campus, in the field, or over the phone to guide anyone through health concerns of family pets, farm animals, and wild game alike.
This one we got a call from somebody out in the country, and so they got a dog kennel actually and kind of shooed it into the dog kennel and brought it into us.
Corralling the untamed wounded is challenging. Should such a situation unfold, doctors prescribe a call to Iowa State immediately, as things could get messy with this particular beast.
You have to really be careful of their talons. These guys, their biggest defense mechanism is they regurgitate the food, the dying carcasses that they have in their stomachs, and it's just a very foul odor.
Turkey vultures can live up to 30 years in captivity, nearly double their typical lifespan. But with a price tag of around $600 a month to house, clean, and feed mending birds, returning them to their natural habitat is usually the best option.
The bird was not fully extending the right wing. What we found was there was probably a fracture, but it had been chronic. This one will not be able to fly again ever. We have to meet very specific criteria to release birds. So it'll actually go onto a list, and so zoos and exhibitionists across the country can log into this and we can see if we can find a good home for it. If not, then we would have to euthanize the animal.
Wildlife authorities recognize the necessity of such measures. But they hope in the long run, negative perceptions about turkey vultures won't overshadow the benefits they provide, whether it's the pasteurizing effect such birds have, or the pleasure of watching them fly.
They may look eerie, they're kind of ugly, I'll admit, but there's a lot of beauty in a vulture too. And they're just a part of that whole bird world picture for a bird watcher when you're out. I try to never lose interest when I see a robin or as many turkey vultures as we see in the sky.